So in the previous class we had discussed about the forest and the structure of forest. So now we will discuss forest as a system. Forest is considered as a system because it comprises of various plants, animals and microorganisms. For a sustainable forest ecosystem, there has to be variety of animal and plants in a forest. So the various components of forest are interdependent on one another. In the forest there is interaction between soil, water, air and the living organism. So different layers of vegetation, they provide food and shelter for animals, birds and insects. All animals, whether herbivorous or carnivorous, depend ultimately on plants for their food supply, because if herbivorous will not eat the plants, then carnivorous can't eat the herbivorous. So a food chain is maintained. So that is why in a forest many food chains can be found simultaneously and they might be intertwined. So if any of the members of the food chain get disturbed, it affects the other food chains as well. So the food chains produce a lot of supplementary products which are vital for the plant's growth. So these microorganisms, some of the microorganisms are known as decomposer. They decompose the dead plant and animals. So example we can take as mushroom or fungi. They feed upon the dead plant and animal tissues and convert them into dark colored substance, that is called humus. This humus, dark colored substance or humus, that is very good for soil. It makes the soil highly fertile. So the top soil of forest is fertile because of the presence of humus. So the decomposer help in maintaining the supply of nutrients to the growing plants in the forest. So humus, because of the decomposer only the plants are getting the nutrients, and humus enriches the soil with the nutrition which helps in the plant growth. So the dead animals become the food for the vulture, crows, jackals and insects. By harboring greater variety of plants, the forest provides greater opportunities for food and habitat for the herbivorous. So large number of herbivorous means increased availability of food for the variety of carnivorous. So that is why there is a food chain is maintained in the forest. Not only a food chain, many food chains work simultaneously in the forest. So not only this, decaying help of animal dropping is a source of food to various insects or decomposers. It ultimately enriches the soil with nutrition in form of humus. So the animals also disperse the seeds of certain plants and help the forest to grow. That means dispersion of seeds also taken place by the help of the animals. So every part of the forest contributes in making self-sustaining system. The green plants prepare food through the photosynthesis. The wide variety of animals help the forest to regenerate and grow. Organisms which feed on plants often get eaten by other organisms and so on. So for example, if we will take a food chain, examples of a food chain I am giving: grass is eaten by insects, which is in turn taken by the frog. The frog is consumed by the snake. So this is called a food chain. The food chain is formed. So many food chains can be found in the forest. So all food chains are linked. The forests are perfect recycling factories of nature and all the nutrients are recycled. So in the forest there is nothing, no any substance is there that is going waste. So this is a food chain. Grass is eaten by the insect, then frog is eating the insect, snake is eating the frog and eagle is eating the snake. So this is the food chain. Like this, many more food chain exist in the forest simultaneously. Not only the forest act as a system, but also it is important in preserving the environment. It helps in the preserving the environment. So it plays an important role in preserving the environment. Green plant take solar energy and convert it into chemical energy while making food. So the solar energy transferred to other living beings through the green plants. Green plants utilize carbon dioxide during photosynthesis and releases oxygen. So the green plants maintain balance between carbon dioxide and oxygen in the environment. Otherwise, due to increased population, there will be increased carbon dioxide and decreased oxygen, but due to the presence of the plants are taking carbon dioxide and giving the oxygen and maintaining the balance. So there are different roles played by the nature, and these some of the roles we will study. Like first of all, we will see the role of forest in water cycle. The roots of the trees make the soil porous. So the rainwater can easily seep through these pores and recharge the groundwater. Forests prevent wastage of rainwater in the form of runoff. So forest also prevent flash floods by slowing down the movement of the water. So because of the forest, it helps in the recycling of the water, or it helps to seep the rainwater easily to the ground, and it recharges the groundwater. It also prevents the wastage of rainwater. Next is role of forest in soil conservation. So the roots of the trees hold the topsoil in place. This prevents the soil erosion by wind or by running water. So forests influence the climate, water cycle and air quality of the planet Earth in a big way. Forests provide us with oxygen. If the forest disappear, the amount of carbon dioxide in air will increase, resulting in the subsequent increase in the Earth's temperature. Along with this, they provide habitat to a large number of animals. In the absence of trees and plants, the animals will not get food and shelter. So they protect the soil. In the absence of trees, the soil will not hold water. So because of the forest or because of the trees, they protect the soil. In the absence of trees, the soil also will not hold water, which will cause the floods. Forests help in bringing good rainfall in the neighboring areas. So overall, forest is very important for us. It has many uses and it has many important products which help us in various ways. So in the next class we will discuss about the deforestation and its effect.